A Simple Prayer, the story of Anne. In June 2005, Naomi's Village founders Bob and Julie Mendonza prayed over a piece of land that would soon become Naomi's Village. Bob and Julie remember praying for God's will to be done in the land, but they were not sure what God had planned. Not long after Naomi's Village opened, an elderly grandmother appeared just outside the gates, begging for help for her gravely ill granddaughter. Recognizing the urgency in her voice, Naomi's Village staff accompanied the grandmother to a tiny one-room hut where Anne lived. What they found was heartbreaking. Anne had stopped eating and looked to be no more than 30 pounds at 6 years of age. She no longer had the strength to walk to school. A few days later, Anne was carried into Naomi's Village and immediately taken to a local hospital where tests confirmed everyone's worst fear. Anne was not only HIV positive, but one step from being diagnosed with full-blown AIDS while also suffering from tuberculosis. A fight for Anne's life began. Daily she was administered 7 different medications along with an antibiotic, vitamins, and a high-calorie diet. Bob traveled back and forth to the hospital holding Anne as she went through the painful treatments, all the while praying for God to save her life. Several months passed. Gradually, Anne gained weight, her strength returned, and the medicines were reduced. Through God's mercy, Anne not only survived, but she began to thrive. In a church service in January 2012, days after celebrating Anne's 7th birthday, the chaplain asked, "Has there been a time in your life when you had to wait on God to answer your prayer?" Anne quickly answered, "Yes. For a long time I asked God to rescue me, and He did when Naomi's Village found me." Listening to Anne, Bob remembered the day in January 2005 when he stood praying on the Naomi's Village land for God to build this home. And the math came suddenly. 7-year-old Anne was born HIV positive just a few miles away that same month. Little did anyone know her prayer was being answered the day she was brought into the world.